welcome back to Two-Wheeler Talk, where passion meets precision and every ride tells a story. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most anticipated retro modern bikes of the year, the 2025 Triumph Scrambler 400X, a machine that blends British heritage with rugged off-road capability, all while being surprisingly accessible to a wide range of riders. Let's swing a leg over and take a full look at what this new Scrambler has to offer. Right from the first glance, the Triumph Scrambler 400X makes a bold impression. It doesn't try to be flashy, it doesn't need to. It's that understated confidence, the classic Scrambler DNA that oozes authenticity. From the front, you're greeted with a round LED headlamp sitting within a brushed metal housing that screams vintage cool. Triumph's signature DRL surrounds the lamp, giving it a modern edge. The small wind deflector above it looks subtle but adds a practical touch for deflecting wind while riding at higher speeds. Just below the headlamp, you'll spot the high-mounted front fender that adds to the rugged character of the Scrambler, signaling this isn't just a street cruiser, it's built for more. The telescopic front forks are finished with gaiters that not only give it that retro Scrambler charm but also serve a functional purpose, protecting the suspension when you go off the beaten path. The large 19-inch front wheel wrapped in dual-purpose Metzeler Crew Street tires is a clear nod to its off-road intentions, providing solid grip whether you're navigating urban roads or a dusty trail. And the front brake setup, a 320mm disc with a radial caliper, gives the confidence and stopping power you want when exploring unfamiliar routes. Moving to the side profile, the Scrambler 400 carries forward the classic silhouette with a high, flat seat, a wide handlebar, and sculpted fuel tank that boasts Triumph's classic hand-painted pinstripes. The tank itself has a clean teardrop shape, with rubber knee pads that not only elevate the vintage feel but also offer extra grip while riding. The dual-tone paint scheme, be it the Phantom Black with silver ice, Carnival Red, or the matte khaki green options, all pop with character and make this motorcycle stand out in a crowd. The exposed trellis frame, painted in a dark powder coat finish, frames the engine beautifully while keeping the overall profile lean and muscular. At the rear, the bike keeps things minimalistic but effective. The LED tail lamp is neatly integrated under a minimalist rear fender, and the indicators are mounted on stalks that are flexible and sturdy. The upswept exhaust has a brushed metal heat shield that looks good and stays functional when tackling rough terrain. Triumph has managed to maintain that balance between form and function across the entire bike. Now, let's talk about the heart of the machinea, the engine. The Triumph Scrambler 400X is powered by a brand new 398cc single-cylinder, liquid-cooled engine, specifically developed under the TR series platform. This isn't a rehashed engine from another lineup, it's a ground-up build, and it shows. With dock and 4 valves per cylinder, this engine pushes out 40 PS at 8,000 revolutions per minute and a torque figure of 37.5 Nm at 6,500 revolutions per minute. What's really commendable here is the spread of the torque. It's meaty and comes early in the rev range, which is exactly what you want for scrambling over dirt or navigating city traffic with ease. Start the engine, and you're greeted with a deep thump, a signature note that Triumph has tuned perfectly to suit the character of the Scrambler. The exhaust is throaty but not obnoxious, with just enough grunt to bring a smile to your face. The 6-speed gearbox is slick, with well-spaced ratios, and the addition of a slip and assist clutch means you get lighter lever action and added safety when downshifting aggressively, great for newer riders or those hitting twisty routes. On the road, the Scrambler 400X feels planted and confident. The riding triangle is upright and relaxed, with a commanding view of the road. That wide handlebar makes maneuvering effortless, and whether you're carving through tight urban streets or taking a detour through gravel paths, the bike remains predictable and stable. The long travel suspension of 43mm USD forks at the front and a monoshock at the rear gives you the confidence to tackle rough patches without getting thrown off your line. The suspension is tuned for comfort, yet it doesn't wallow when pushed hard in corners. Braking is taken care of by a 230mm disc at the rear, and both ends are supported by dual-channel ABS. Here's something that deserves a special mention: the ABS is switchable at the rear wheel. That means when you want to hit a trail or loose surface, You can disengage the rear ABS for that added freedom of control, a feature usually found in more expensive adventure or dual sport bikes. The 835mm seat height might sound tall on paper, but thanks to the narrow seat design and well-placed foot pegs, it's manageable for riders of average height. The seat itself is well cushioned and flat, making it comfortable for longer rides. The pillion gets a sturdy grab rail and enough room to be seated comfortably, is something often compromised in retro-style bikes, but not here. The instrumentation is a hybrid. You need a single round pod that combines an analog speedometer with a digital LCD display that shows fuel level, gear position, odometer, trip meters, and more. There's even a USB-C charging port tucked underneath the handlebar for convenience. Triumph has kept it simple yet modern, and we appreciate that. In terms of performance, the Scrambler 400X hits a sweet spot. It's not intimidating for beginners, yet seasoned riders will appreciate the way it pulls cleanly across the rev band. The throttle response is smooth, and the bike doesn't feel out of breath even at highway speeds. In fact, cruising at 100 to 110 km/h is effortless, with some headroom left to overtake confidently. Off-road, the bike's ground clearance of 195mm comes in handy, and the frame holds up impressively well when bouncing over small rocks or potholes. Fuel efficiency is also respectable. Expect around 30 to 35 km/L depending on your riding style, which gives the 13-liter tank a real-world range of over 400 km, and more than enough for weekend trips or daily commutes. Now, let's talk numbers. Triumph has priced the Scrambler 400X quite competitively. In the Indian market, it sits around a superscript 1 2.62 lakh X showroom, which, considering the fit, finish, brand legacy, and capabilities, is an absolute steal. It undercuts many of its rivals while offering better features, better build, and arguably better brand appeal. You also get a 2-year unlimited kilometer warranty and a decent network of Triumph dealerships that are expanding in Tier 2 cities as well. As for competition, the Scrambler 400X naturally goes up against the likes of the Royal Enfield Scram 411, Yazdi Scrambler, and the Husqvarna Svartplan 401, but where Triumph really wins is in the engine refinement, the global branding, and overall attention to detail. There's a sense of finesse here that's often missing in its rivals, and that's something you feel every time you fire it up or take it for a spin. So, who is this bike for? If you're a new rider looking to step into the world of adventure or retro scramblers, this is perfect. If you're an experienced rider who wants a reliable, stylish daily commuter with the occasional off-road potential, this fits that bill too. It's not trying to be an extreme trail bike or a hardcore tourer. It's a versatile, well-balanced package that does a bit of everything, and does it really well. All in all, the 2025 Triumph Scrambler 400X has managed to bring the iconic Scrambler character to a wider audience without diluting the experience. It's handsome, it's capable, and it's built to last. Whether you're navigating urban jungles or escaping into the countryside, this is a machine that makes every ride memorable. Thanks for tuning into Two Wheeler Talk. If you enjoyed this review and want to see more in-depth takes on the latest motorcycles and scooters, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring that bell so you don't miss any upcoming videos. Until next time, ride safe, ride smart, and keep exploring.